Welcome to the first battle of Week 1 of the TWOW Pokemon Draft League. I'm your host TR, and today we'll be spectating Anne and Voi's battle. It's about to start, but here's a quick team recap. Anne has Goldango, Roaring Moon, Gliscor, Primarina, Hitmontop, Whimsicott, Regieleki, Reuniclus, Snorlax, Glamet, and Delphox. While Voii has Tornadus T, Manaphy, Cinderace, Iron Hand, Sandy Shocks, Overqwil, Maushold, Rillaboom, Drifblim, and Sceptile. Voii has two really threatening Unburdened Sweepers in Drifblim and Sceptile, but Anne has a very solid overall core in these four Pokemon up here. Most of them can be defensive or offensive, which can give Voii a hard time. Also, Voii has just admitted to copying the EVs directly from the sample sets. So let's see how this goes. Oh, let's go to the first turn. So it seems Voii brought Regieleki, the Core 4, and Hitmontop. Voii brought Tornadus T, Manaphy, Cinderace, Iron Hands, Overqwil, and Drifblim. And Anne starts with the Gliscor, Voii with the Overqwil. It seems that both are sending out their hazard setters first. Voii makes a swap to Drifblim as fearing the Earthquake perhaps, but Anne just gets up her Stealth Rocks. No Rillaboom, interestingly. Oh, wait, that's fire. Hex for the Gliscor. Because you know it's going to be toxic. But donking off the heavy-duty boots greatly reduces Drifblim's longevity. Smart play by Voii there. But now he doesn't have any hazards up, which definitely hinder the Manaphy, the Cinderace, and the Iron Hands, who will try to break through. Both players thinking deeply. It seems Anne's Terra Captain is Hitmontop, because Regieleki is Terra banned in this league. And Voii has his Drifblim, which is just Terra Fairy. Okay, as it goes for Defog. This is the battle of the Vietnamese contestants. So whoever comes out on top will be the champion of Vietnam. Okay, Drifblim recovering with its Strength Sap as Primarina sets up for Calm Mind. Could this be the beginning of a sweep? If Overqwil might give a Primarina a bit of trouble if it's especially invested. Same with, Iron Hands, obviously. You'll obviously assume that that's gonna be running Assault Vest, as that's one of the most common items on Iron Hands. Okay. And Anne almost takes out Drifblim completely, but Drifblim's still faster. He can still go for that Strength Zap. Of course, with the attack on Primarina lowered, it won't heal as much. Will-O-Wisp doesn't look like it's going to be doing enough damage to put Primarina on a true timer anytime soon. I myself am facing Voii next week, so it'll be interesting to see how they play and if they won't bring EVs next week, which will really help me out. Okay, Voii making a critical switch to Iron Hands with the booster attack. But Anne goes for the Moonblast and knocks it right out. That was a KO even with Assault Vest. Does Primarina have the thing in the bag? I think Voii could switch out to Manaphy here. If it has Energy Ball, then it could take down or greatly damage this Primarina. Otherwise, it's basically just a sitting duck, no? And Voii makes a switch into Tornadus T. Oh yeah, and here is Anne's team logo, the Roaring Lunaris Bakery. against Voi's egregious Edgehogs. As you can see, this was hand-drawn by Anne herself, who is an amazing artist. Bleakwind fails to confuse as Moonblast does a hefty 70% on Tornadus. You know, looking at the initial matchup, I thought Voii had the upper hand because he has 3 ground resists to compensate for these 4 weaknesses and these 2 unburdened sweepers, which can outspeed everything, and Regieleki has a hard time. But it seems that Anne is the one taking the initiative. As Voii finally chooses to switch to Manaphy, which takes 70%. Although Primarina is getting slowly chipped down. Energy Ball isn't even a one-hit KO from this range, which is worrying. Ooh, Anne makes a switch to Regieleki on the Tail Glow. Was that a choke? Primarina was just putting in work there. But of course, Regieleki is so much faster. And goes for the Volt Switch, taking out Drifblim. But Primarina has already dented so many holes in Voi's team, taking the Iron Hands, taking 90% off the Drifblim, and taking over 50% off these 2 mons. And right back into Primarina. With no threats that can one-hit KO it, I'm pretty sure. Actually, Pyro Ball has a chance to KO because it's a physical attack, and Primarina's physical attack... Sorry, its physical defense is not as strong as its special defense. And Voii goes for it, but... And with the rest! Resto Chesto Primarina. Some heat tech right here. Seems that... Cinderace was just not able to take it out. Voii again with a lot of pivoting moves, but not a lot of breaking moves. Switches into Overquill. That Intimidate not doing much as its special attacker. It goes for the Calm Mind again. Will this battle be over before 20 turns? Let's see. But Gunk Shot one-hit KOs. Overquill is faster. I didn't know that. Overquill is faster than Primarina. So yeah, Anne is threatened out here, but Voii with a prediction goes for Spikes, which will chip down the Primarina further, although it did go for Rest. And with some incredible planning here, seeing how threatening that Water Fairy stab combination would be against Voi's team. Okay, doesn't have Gunk Shot, has Bar Barrage. Gliscor sets up the rocks, which are here to stay. Unless Cinderace has Court Change, which I find unlikely since Drifblim had the Defog. Quillfish not going for the Liquidation. Maybe he doesn't have it. Okay, Boots confirmed on Tornadus, but they're knocked off anyways. Does he have Icy Wind for her Gliscor? I don't know if this thing gets Icy Wind. Does. Won't KO. Goes for the knockoff. Gliscor lands a Toxic on Tornadus. I don't know how Voii can come back from this. I mean, Tailglow Manaphy is really the only strong breaker left. But it's threatened out by that Regieleki extremely, especially when it's at 35. So it's going to be taking 12% on switching, putting it even lower at 23%, as it does switch in, but it gets knocked out by the Gliscor. Is Anne headed for 6-0 here? It seems like she is. And she hasn't even revealed the Roaring Moon, another heavy-duty boots Pokemon. Cinderace here, of course, when you're going to be U-turning a lot. probably should have some boots, you know. Goes for a Desperation Sucker. Oh, but it does resist the knockoff, so if that was intentional, that's a good tech. Does this Gliscor not have... Oh, not have Earthquake? Oh, interesting. Maybe it has Acrobatics. It does reveal the Earthquake, and the crit is returned. I don't know if that mattered. I don't know, actually, because this is not counting for type change. But Anne is headed towards the 6-0. Tornadus doesn't look like he can do much as Anne switches into Regieleki. Will Voii get the confusion? No. Let me just check that that move can actually confuse, because I'm not used to seeing that move. Obviously, Regieleki outspeeding the Tornadus, taking it out, and it looks like it's about to be a clean 6-0. Oh, it does not confuse. That's Hurricane. Overcool takes Regieleki down to the red, but it's just not enough as Anne takes home the 6-0. GG.